In standard IT, the primary asset is data. In operational technology, the assets are kinetic. We are managing the physical world. Automation engineers work with physical hardware like programmable logic controllers, SCADA systems, and industrial sensors, forming the nervous system for plants, dams, and manufacturing floors. These environments operate under strict availability requirements. Mandatory 24/7 uptime and deep physical integration make standard maintenance incredibly rare. Applying standard enterprise IT security to an OT environment carries severe risks. While an office network reboot is a minor inconvenience, an unexpected reboot on a factory floor can trigger a catastrophic mechanical failure. Relying on haphazard software patches or simply copying standard IT practices is insufficient to secure these complex environments. Protecting cyber-physical infrastructure requires a systematic, deterministic approach, a 5-step risk assessment methodology designed specifically for industrial realities. This framework allows engineers to identify and prioritize vulnerabilities objectively. It provides the data necessary to align cybersecurity spending with the most critical operational risks. In an environment where every system cannot be perfectly secured, a deterministic assessment is the only tool for deciding which assets must be protected first. Step 1 is conducting a comprehensive inventory and mapping of all OT assets. You cannot secure a facility without knowing exactly what is at risk. This catalog must include all hardware and software, PLCs, SCADA systems, HMI stations, and the specific firmware versions running on every device. The inventory must also capture infrastructural components like network switches, cabling, and external connections used for remote vendor maintenance. Omitting a single vendor access port provides an undocumented, unimpeded backdoor for attackers. One unmapped data port can render the entire security perimeter useless. Step 2 identifies the specific types of threats that could exploit those inventoried assets. Internal threats are a primary concern. An accidental misconfiguration of a network switch by a technician can inadvertently bypass user authentication requirements. External threats range from opportunistic malware to highly resourced nation-state actors targeting proprietary formulations and recipes. The danger is compounded by legacy hardware. These systems often utilize insecure protocols and are physically incompatible with modern security patches. An asset inventory without a mapped threat landscape is just a list of equipment. Overlapping the two reveals the actual attack surface of the facility. Step 3 assesses the direct consequences of a compromised system. This model quantifies the impact of a breach, starting with physical safety risks to personnel and the potential for environmental contamination. The impact scales upward to include total production disruption, substantial financial losses, and severe regulatory compliance violations. This step bridges the gap between IT and engineering by framing digital breaches as existential threats to physical operations and business survival. Step 4 determines the likelihood that these consequences will actually occur. Probability is calculated by analyzing internet exposure, adversary capabilities, and the history of incidents affecting similar systems. Historical data proves these threats are real. Stuxnet was a highly targeted virus designed specifically to debilitate the physical hardware of a specific industrial supplier. The ransomware attack on the Colonial Pipeline demonstrates how a digital exploit can lead to a total shutdown of critical infrastructure. The fallout of that digital attack triggered widespread fuel shortages across the East Coast, affecting thousands of retail locations. Probability assessment removes the guesswork from defense. By using historical precedents, engineers can mathematically demonstrate the necessity of security investments to management. By synthesizing impact and likelihood, we construct the final risk matrix. It categorizes vulnerabilities into low, medium, and high-risk sectors based on unique operational thresholds. This clarifies triage priorities. A vulnerability with high probability can trigger a high-risk classification even if the impact is medium. This provides the objective basis for budget decisions. It identifies which high-risk vulnerabilities require immediate financial mitigation and which low-risk items can be deferred. This process faces significant hurdles, including organizational silos, limited threat visibility, and unknown risks within the third-party supply chain. Overcoming these barriers requires a collaborative effort between operations, engineering, IT, and management. Defense should be built using established standards like NIST CSF and IEC 62443, and must be updated as current data on OT threats evolves. A risk assessment is not a one-time event. Continuous, systematic iteration is the only way to maintain a hardened perimeter in an evolving cyber-physical landscape.